Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Now, it's my privilege to welcome to the show Jason from Tango Drinks, and he's going to be talking about the launch of the new Tango can and all the wonderful things that go with it. Some 5 stages of Tang as well, which I'm looking forward to finding out later on. So, Jason, thanks very much for joining us. Perhaps you can talk to us a little bit about the design of the new Tango can.
Well, certainly, Steve.
Stephen.
We've got the classic black, which we changed to in 1992, which we're, of course, excited to reintroduce. As you can see now, we have sort of the large orange design, and we've decided to keep.
Because I'm really interested in the shape of it. I mean, it's sort of barrel-like, but there's something special about it. There's something I can't quite put my fingers on.
I think the special thing...
It's very similar to other cans, isn't it?
It's very similar, in fact.
But at the same time, completely different. There's something...
We like to think of ourselves as unique at Tango.
Yeah, I mean, it's identical, isn't it? But you're right, it is unique.
Of course.
Yeah.
And we're very excited to be using this can, in fact. We find it a wonderful way to be able to enjoy Tango to the absolute fullest. So you can see just here, this is where you...
And for those viewers at home, I'm just going to... sorry to interrupt there.
I know.
I'm just going to hold that thought. We will come back to it. If I can just direct you to... I'm just going to tilt this forward so the viewers at home can see... If you look at the top very carefully, you'll be able to see the ring pull. That's probably one of the most important parts of the can. All right, let's put that back. Hope you all got to see that. So let's go back again and remind the viewers at home, what are those 5 stages of Tang? Jason?
So, Steve, it starts when you open the can and you get the aroma. We call this the nose tang. So it rushes up the nasal passages, and then you can't help but move on to the next.
Yeah.
So from there, we then move on to sting tang. As we take a sip, we get that wonderful sting on the tip of the tongue.
Can I pick the can up while we do this?
Oh, please do. That would be fantastic.
Great.
So the sting tang starts on the tip of the tongue, and it's a pleasant sting, I should say.
It doesn't hurt.
No, not at all. So then we move on to the Wu Tang, which is more full, more forceful as it explodes around the mouth. This is a very full and exciting tang that we have.
So then the Wu Tang, and for any of you who may have been alarmed that the word explode was used, it's just a metaphor. We're talking about the explosion of flavour.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And taste. So we don't mean that there's going to be any harm by drinking it. So please don't write in on that. So I'm going to quickly open this.
Yes.
Pull up. As you can see, very, very smooth.
It's a live one.
Well, this is terrific because I normally get a lot of excess spray and there was hardly anything that came off that then. So it's definitely something to do with the new design, isn't it?
Certainly, yes. We've taken this into account.
Yeah. So I'm going to drink this now. So first of all, that's the nose tang. I can definitely smell that. And then, that's the thing tang. It doesn't hurt. It just sort of tickles really at the end. Yeah. Boom of flavour then. That's the Wu Tang.
There you go. And then...
Whoa, what was that?
That's the Boo Tang.
Yeah.
Now, this is a surprise. It can come at, at any point.
It was just like a little poof, and that's called the Boo Tang.
It's
and
amazing.
What is the 5th stage? Tell us about the 5th stage.
We call this Smooth Tang, after the smooth, orangey finish of Tango that you know and love.
And is that what I'm feeling?
Yes, certainly.
Wow.
So you'll feel that lovely orangey rush.
Boom. And then, So, for those of you at home that are playing along, well, first of all, thanks very much for playing along. Isn't it incredible? You need to ring. The numbers at the bottom. Nose Tang, Sting Tang, Wu Tang, Boo Tang, Smooth Tang. The 5 stages of Tang in every gulp. You might be wondering what on earth I've got on my finger. Jason, what is it?
Well, it's very exciting, but this is the new version of our Pullinator. We're calling it the Pullinator 6000.
Let me show the folks at home that way, so you can see. What on earth is it?
Well, this is for those of us that find it tricky to get a fingernail, perhaps, or a finger underneath the ring pull.
Right. And there was, for those of you at home who may have the 5000 version, what's the difference between this new 6000 version and the ones that the folks may have at home, the 5000?
Well, we had some very useful feedback regarding the 5000, because some people said it was a bit difficult to line up. So with this, you can see now we've put in a laser sight, and you can actually line it up very, very well with the eye onto the top of the can.
And now let's go to a live feed of the Pullinator 6000 camera. That's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, you guys think of everything these days. So I guess we should try it for you guys at home, we should try it. Let's demonstrate it, shall we?
Certainly, let's.
Do we have a
yes.
can? Are we allowed to use this one on display, or do we have one? Do we have a can that we can use? We can use the one on display.
We'll use this one. Okay, certainly.
Talk me through it.
So, if you, just as, see, it's very natural, the way you approach this. It's really good to see. So, if you hold the can as you usually would, perhaps grip it a little tighter, because you're going to need to get a little bit of purchase on it. Okay, so there we go.
It's just your standard can with the ring pull at the top, and this is the Pullinator 6000. So, we're going to demonstrate this now.
Yes.
So, talk me through it.
So, if you can line up with the sight, just here, and that you can see very, very clearly. Yes, the ring pull just there. So then gradually move to the edge of it until you feel the lip. Can you feel the lip?
I can feel it. All right then, folks at home, if you're doing this with me, I think we should all pull together, shall we? Here we go. Do you want to count me in?
Why not?
Do we have a drum roll, anyone? No, we don't. We can't get one of those. So maybe you can count me in, and let's do this properly.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, Pullinator.
And it's... Now, hardly anything, well, there's a little bit on the top there, but hardly anything came out of that using the Pullinator 6000. So, well, I mean, how do people at home get hold of one of these Pullinator 6000s here today?
So here today, we do just have 1,000.
Yes.
These will be given away initially. We're doing it for just 200 cans.
So for 200 cans, you'll get your Pullinator. So get on the phone if you haven't already. You know the number, it's on the bottom of the screen. Get in touch with us, place that order, and one of these Pullinator 6000s could be heading its way to you.
Well, you are quite chilly,
not as tight, not so tight.
There we go. So there, then you should see the colour returning just to these two sections of the finger here.
Okay, and this little lump here, that goes, I don't think that was there before, but is that part of the Pullinator, or does that go back?
That over time you'll develop a very useful callus there, which will actually help to stabilise the Pullinator on the finger.
Okay, so that's really why for the folks at home you shouldn't have it on too long, and there's no need to do it up too tight. It works just as effectively if it's a little bit loose. Probably the best way to use the Pullinator, I think. You've got really good nails, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah, in fact, I had a manicure last week for the very first time. My wife bought me a treat, and never had one before. I'd recommend it. I'm just telling Jason I completely forgot. I'm really sorry. Of course you can. Just get back as fast as you can. Jason's just going to pop off for a comfort break and rejoin as soon as he can, which is great because it gives me a chance to recap on the 5 stages of Tang. So you've got the nose Tang. They're the other side, Jason. You've got the nose Tang. You've got the... It's around the back. You've got the sting Tang, the woo Tang, the boo Tang, and of course you get the smooth Tang. And Jason brilliantly went through what all those phases and stages are earlier on before the ad break. And if you do want to order some of these, please do. Because and do that quickly, because I'm going to remind you of the phone number and a way of getting in touch with the show. In fact, we're going to put a VT up showing you how to get in touch with the show, because I'm going to take a comfort break as well. Join you in a minute. I've got to keep talking. Okay, so we can't go to that VT, unfortunately. That's all right, I can hold it in for a few minutes anyway. We know how to do that, don't we? It's quite difficult when you're holding a drink in your hand. I'm really, really sorry. I do have to go, if that's all right. Right. Yep, we're just going to cut to some graphics now. So don't go anywhere. Join us in a few minutes. See you in a few.